Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Confidence is Overrated because it is. Often we think that we need to feel confident, right? Before we can do anything, that we need to feel ready, we need to feel prepared, we need to feel good or motivated or inspired. All those things that we feel need to be a requirement before we can go after those things, before we can do the things that we want to do, the dreams that we have, the goals that we set for ourselves. And today, I want to talk about something that I think we don't talk about, and it's how often we can be our own bullies. That person who is holding you back, who is always talking you down, messing with you, criticizing you, judging you, telling you that you are not good enough, that you are not ready, that you shouldn't be doing this, that this is pointless, that this is stupid, that so many things. Often we think that those are things that other people will say to us. And sometimes we don't realize that the ones that are constantly, every day, at every moment that we want to try something new, the ones that are saying that to us, it's ourselves. It's that little voice that we have in our head that we shouldn't be doing this, that this is stupid, that people will make fun of us, that we will be embarrassed or that we will fail, that we will be judged. They won't have any results, that we will just lose time or lose money or we are not good at that. All those things that we are constantly repeating ourselves, usually silently in our head, right? I'm much better now, but I have to admit, I used to be so mean with myself. Now looking back, I can see it better. But I used to be like those kind of person who was always like, oh, you don't look good. You are not pretty. You are not athletic. You are not good at this. You are not confident. You are not extroverted. You are not smart or smart enough. You don't have the money or the credentials or the network or the relationships, right? And I was always constantly telling that you don't have the body, you don't have the looks, you look fat, you look ugly, whatever, right? All those little things that we say to ourselves. I'm much better now, but I'm not perfect yet. I still can be mean. Yesterday, for example, and that's why I wanted to talk about this today. Yesterday, I had one of those days where I was feeling bad about myself. It was not like I woke up like that. I woke up, meditated, went for my morning walk, started my work day, and then suddenly, when I started getting overwhelmed with all the things that I wanted to do, all the things that I had to do, that I had in my to-do list, all the things that I felt I was behind, all the things that I felt I hadn't done, I hadn't accomplished, I started ruminating over how I was so behind my projects, how I was behind creating content, how I was still behind in editing or a lot of ideas that I have written down, but I had not done, I had not recorded, or I had not shared with people. I have just put them down, you kind of like screenshots in Instagram. You save ideas, you write down ideas, and then you leave them there because you have other things to do. And then you start like noticing, oh, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. And you start getting in this rumination, in this space in your mind that is always like a spiral going on. I'm behind, I'm not good, I'm, worthless. And you start being mean to yourself when you get caught in that spiral. You start being very mean to yourself. You start thinking about all the things that you have not accomplished, all the things that you have done wrong, all the things that you are not good at, all the ways that people don't care about you, that you don't matter, that you are not creating an impact in the world or in your work or I don't know, in your relationships. All the little things that you haven't done. I haven't made the appointment with the doctor. I have to do this. I haven't paid the credit card. I haven't called my friends. I haven't. And then it starts to pile up. All those things are ways that we use that in inner critic that we all have inside us. It's a way to protect ourselves. It's the way, right? Our mind is made for us to survive. And any time that we think to ourselves, I want to do something different, I want to try a new idea, I want to start doing this or to start doing this, it feels uncomfortable because it's different from what you have been doing for the last weeks, for the last months, for the last years, usually years, right? It's that pattern that you have in your mind, in your life, those habits that you want to break or that you want to build. And that when you start thinking about them, creating ways of doing it, and even start implementing it, your mind tries to protect you from the discomfort of the new, from that tiger that is supposedly coming to get you and attack you. But the truth is that that inner critic is just simply trying to make you notice all that is lacking, all that could go wrong, all the things that are already going wrong, as a way for you to keep yourself safe, as a way to keep yourself in a comfortable space, in your comfort zone. I think we talk about comfort zones and how they can be very bad. I don't think it's like that. We need to be in comfort zone for periods of time. We cannot always be doing, new things, uncomfortable things, and never taking a time to integrate those things that we build. We need those comfort zones to be able to integrate, to be able to regulate our nervous system, to be able to ground and center ourselves. And then we can start going for newer things, for bigger things, for things that expand our comfort zone. But it have to be a progressive kind of situation. I just wanted to talk about that self-talk that we have. Anytime that we think that we want to try something new or something different, or that we want to start doing something we have been doing before, and how mean, how harsh it can get. Because the thing about this internal critic, this internal voice, is that it can get crazy sometimes. And if we don't catch it, if we don't kind of like take a pause and notice what it's saying, it can go all over the place. Yesterday, for me, I was saying like, I feel fat. I feel behind in life in general, in my professional life, in my personal life. Like, I feel behind. And then I feel like a loser because I haven't done all these things that I say I wanted to do, all these things that are still in my to-do list or goals that I want to accomplish. You start bashing yourself and giving yourself a lot of grief and weeping yourself, kind of like punishing yourself for all the things that you haven't accomplished, all the things that you haven't done, all the things that you are not yet. And what we don't recognize on those moments is all the things that we have done, all the things that we have accomplished, all the things that we have become, and all the ways that we have created progress and change and development and growth in our life. I want to talk about that voice and about how to start listening or creating that space to notice the voice and to say, wait, calm down. Let's take a deep breath. I I'm not saying not to feel it, right? Not to, because the way is not to simply I need to eliminate that voice. It doesn't happen like that. To listen to the voice, but then to shift, the focus of the voice, to shift what is focusing on and helping him focus on something that helps you move forward instead of hold you back. Because the thing is that when this voice is telling us we are not ready, we are not good enough, we are not athletic or smart or financial savvy, we don't have the money or the connections or the resources or the credentials or the knowledge, whatever it is that you are listening to consistently. It just holds us back from even trying. It just holds us back from improving ourselves, from improving our situation, from going after the things that we want. So that's why I say often we are our biggest obstacle. It's not other people, it's not the circumstances. Often it's ourselves, the ones that don't let ourselves move. How can we start a dialogue with this internal voice, with this internal critic, and use it as a way to move ourselves forward, to empower ourselves, to grow, instead of something that just hold us down and whip us and punish us consistently and constantly every day? Because that's what keeps us playing small. That's what keeps us small in general. That belief that we cannot improve our circumstances, our life, our capacity, ourselves, really. I want to read from the New York bestseller book Us, from the reveal. A phrase that I think describes a lot of how we dialogue with ourselves. There is no redeeming value whatsoever in harshness. Harshness doesn't do nothing that loving feeling doesn't do better. You being harsh to others, no value. You allowing others to be harsh to you, no value. And you being harsh to yourself, no value. There is nothing that being hard on yourself, being harsh, being mean to yourself, being a bully to yourself. There is nothing in that will help you move forward. That there is nothing in that will help you move, that will help you improve your life. It will simply make you feel smaller, make you play smaller, and it will make you add as a smaller version of who you are because you will believe that you are smaller. You will believe that you are less capable. You will believe that you are not good enough because that's the thing that is constantly repeating in your mind. The first thing is to notice your self-talk. As I said before, I'm much better now, but I used to be the kind of person who always thought that I was not that. So I could not do things that if I was not athletic, I could not do sports or I could not do any athletic, endeavors or races or anything that was athletic because I was not that. So I didn't give myself that chance. If I was not outgoing, then why would I be going to social settings and to parties or speaking in public or creating content online or sharing my voice, sharing my writing if I was not outgoing? So I was not supposed to be speaking or be doing improv as I did a couple of years ago. For a full year, I tried improv classes. I would do like shows at the end of each level. And those little shifts in be good at this. I might not be perfect in this. I might not be natural at this, but I'm still going to try. I'm still going to go for it. I'm still going to do it. Because it's no, what is there? Why you are not good at something naturally, or if you don't think that you are that thing yet, then you should never try something that you want to try. So you don't feel like you're a painting that you cannot paint, or you don't feel like you're a good singer and then you cannot sing at all. It doesn't make sense when you think about it. That's why it's so important to start noticing how you speak to yourself. What are the things that you are constantly saying, and are they true? To challenge those things, because you can be hearing that voice. You are not athletic, and you can still challenge it and say, "Yeah, but that doesn't mean I cannot run, I cannot walk, I cannot go to the gym, I cannot try playing soccer or football or basketball. I might not be good at it. I might not be the best player. I might not be natural, but I still can do it. I can still try. I can still improve." Those way of challenging your own voice when it says to you, you are not ready, you are not prepared, you are not good enough at this. Yeah, so I can improve. I can learn. I can only get better. If I'm bad at it, then I can only get better. That concept, I think, really help us to start challenging our own critics, our own voices, and to notice that not everything have to be an all or nothing. There is a lot of grace in life. Not everything is white or black. You are not good or bad in everything, or you don't have to be good or bad in everything. You can be average, and that's not a bad thing. You can be a gray in the scale of white and black, and you can try things, and you can still have a full life, a much fuller life by trying a lot of things and seeing what you like and what you don't like and learning different things and different aspects of yourself. But you have to stop. I had to do it with myself. Stop thinking that you need to be perfect at everything. Stop thinking that you need to be this natural talent or to have this gene in yourself to be able to do something, to be able to, yeah, even putting content out there. You think that it's not perfect with the perfect lighting. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't improve and that you shouldn't work to improve it every week, every day, however you do it. Not stopping yourself to have to do it perfect, or if no, I cannot do it at all. To instead do it messy, do it imperfectly, and improve along the way, and strive to improve and to learn along the way, but not to get it 100% right the first time. It won't happen. And you see all the people who really succeed and who really become good at things, it's because they're just simply the people who try the most. They're the people who are always trying different formats and different platforms and different equipment and different things that they're doing more because they enjoy the process of trying, of failing and trying again, trying better. I heard this. It's not about failing. It's about life. It's about failing better. It's about learning how to fail. It's about developing this immunity to failure, where you start seeing failure as the stepping stone for progress, for success, for anything that you want to accomplish. Because failure is really a rule that we make in our head. Who says something failed or succeed? It's just these metrics that we put to decide something is good or bad. But it's a rule. It's a rule that is made by other people and by our mind. How can you start looking at failure as simply that? Something that you do to get better, something to improve, something that is a necessary step. Not like sometimes I have to deal with it. No, it's like I need to fail in order to improve. I need to fail in order to grow and to learn and to be better at anything, right? Whether that's running or walking, like kids, when they start walking, they need to learn to fall before they can get better at walking. Or it's in business. You need to learn how to fail. What doesn't work in the product? What doesn't work in the service? What doesn't work in the platform, in the systems that you are using? To be able to improve it and to be able to notice the things that do work in your products, in your service, in the platforms and the systems that you use. So how can we start seeing failure and seeing every time that we fail as, oh, okay, I'm getting closer to improving. I'm getting closer to doing it better next time. I'm getting closer to maybe realizing that this is not for me, but I'm in the process. I heard this recently about within life is about figuring it out, figuring it out. Like there is this big it thing. And the truth is that no, life is always a process. There is not a moment in life that you get to, oh, I figure it out and that's it. I already know how to do life. I already know what I want out of life. I already have the meaning, the perfect meaning and purpose of my life. And that's it. And I did it. There is nothing like that in life. You have different stages. You figure different things out of your life, but you are always in a process of becoming something else, something bigger, something different. You are always in the process of becoming. And that process of becoming should never stop because you never stop growing yourself, like biologically. You are always creating new stuff, building new stuff, sharing all the stuff. You are always changing, growing internally, biologically. And so externally, we are always growing, getting wrinkles. Our hair is growing. Our nails are growing. Our skin is changing. Like that's always happening. So there is no point when life simply starts and that's it. No, life is a continuous. It's a journey. You never figure it out. You just get it going. Life is that. Get it going. Get something different. Try something else. When we realize that, that's also exciting because it means that you are never done at anything. You will never be done at learning. You will never be done. Even if you get to be the best, like for example, Olympians, right? Right now we had the Winters Olympics. It's not like they get a gold medal and that's it. You continue improving your craft. You continue, if you finish and you don't want to compete anymore, you continue learning new skills, going into new business endeavors, going into a new career. starting a family. There are so many things in life, right? It's not only one thing. You are never done. Like Simone Biles. I'm pretty sure she's never done, even though she have become one of the best, or if not the best gymnasts in the world, and have all these gold medals. She will always be in this process of improving herself, of what is the next stage. It might be in her business, it might be in her personal life, building a family. But there will always be more that we can do, and there will always be something that we are becoming. So whenever you hear that voice, right, that inner critic, I want to go back to this. How can you detach a little bit from the voice? So you are not the voice. You hear the voice. You hear the criticism, and you decide, okay, valid point. You are right. We are behind. We have a lot of things to do. We have a lot of goals that we want to accomplish. But then, like, how much of this is true? And yes, if it's true, you can acknowledge it. But then also, okay, I'm becoming. I can always change how I'm becoming right now. I can always decide, oh, I want to try something different. I want to do something different. I don't want to continue acting in this way. Or I don't want to continue doing my life the way I'm doing it right now. And just taking that decision can change your life. Just making that decision can change your life. Because you realize that you are not set in only one path. You can always change the path. I'm not saying that this happens overnight. I'm not saying that just because you say I want to change my life, your life will change. But you can do every day small things to try different alternatives, to try different lives. In design thinking, they call this prototyping. And it's just like, okay, if I want to try a different career, if I want to try living in a different city or in a different location, if I want to get into a different kind of relationship or get into a relationship, what are the ways that I can prototype my life to be more aligned to that? How can I start researching? And the way is always small. The way to start any change in your life, any behavior change, especially anything that you have as a pattern to break or to build any new habit, is to do it through small steps. Always focus what is the lowest, what is the easiest thing that I can do to get a taste of what this kind of life will be like. So if you want to change your career, maybe start talking with people in that new field, in that new company, in that new venture that you want. Start doing like interviews, start reading about case studies, start following people online to see what they do and how they do it, and see if you really feel it for it. Start maybe doing in small ways, maybe taking a short course just to see if you like the content. If you want to improve your health, if you want to get fitter, right? Improve your body or improve your physical health in general, you can also say, okay, how can I start this? And it can be, okay, every day I'm going to take a 5-10 minutes walk. I can do more, but that's the minimum viable result or the minimum viable rule I'm going to follow to start making this a part of my life. Because we have these big goals. We want to go for it all together. And then when we don't do it, that's when we start batching ourselves and giving ourselves a lot of grief. We put these big goals in front of us. And if we don't follow through right away, we say, oh, I want to run a marathon this year. And if we don't do it, then we say, oh, I don't follow through. I'm not committed. I'm not disciplined. I'm not consistent. I'm not as good as other people. Because that's what we say to ourselves. And it's not true. You just need to make it smaller. You just need to make it easy for you to start and easy for you to continue doing it long term. How can you do it in a way that you give yourself wins, little wins along the way? How can you set yourself up for success? Because that's the way to win at life. To give yourself wins, to get yourself in the game long term so you can keep the momentum, so you can keep the feeling or the sense of accomplishment in your life. That's simply like, okay, I will try to do 10 miles runs every week, but the goal is to run at least 10 minutes every day or to run at least 50 minutes 3 times a week. If I have more time, if I have more energy, on other days I will do more. But on the days I don't have the time, on the energy, at least I will commit to 10 minutes, to 15 minutes, to 20 minutes, to something that feels like it's a low bar, something that is an easy entrance, something that you feel is doable, is easy. Because that's the way to start anything new. And don't bash yourself. I, this is something I often need to be reminded. Don't bash yourself when you feel that you are not doing it, that you feel that you are behind or that you are a loser because you are not following through with the things that you say that you are going to do. Simply notice, okay, maybe I have higher expectations for myself than it was possible at the moment. How can I make it more doable? How can I make it something that I will really follow through? Yeah, make it small, make it fun, make it interesting, make it something that you will enjoy. Break it down into small pieces. Cut it down, small, micro, and then set the bar low. Mhm. The thing is this, your self-esteem, that confidence, that you feel like you might lack to go after your dream, to go after your goals, is not a problem that you need to solve. It's not a problem. Hear me on this. Your self trust, your self esteem is not a problem that you have to solve. It's a relationship you have to build. Any time that you start hearing that inner critic, that inner voice, start talking inside you and start trying to hold you down, try to keep you safe, I want you to build a relationship with it, to go back to it, to say, first, I have also made a lot of progress. I also have done a lot of great things. I'm also working no matter what. I'm also doing a lot of progress in other areas of my life. Or I'm trying. And that's also something that we need to notice. This word to start playing bigger in our life, start following more our dreams, cutting down the excuses, because we can always change our path in life if we don't like what we are doing right now, if we don't like the results we are getting or the outcomes that we are producing in any area or in any field of our life, we can always redirect our path. Whenever you hear that voice that is bullying you into keeping yourself small, into playing small, go back to it and say, yes, but I want to become this. Yes, maybe I'm not that yet, but I will learn how to be it. I will grow myself into it. I will learn along the way. I will fail and fail again and fail better every time. So I will continue doing, I will continue trying. I will start trying, even when it's scary. Because fear keep too many people from going after what they want, from giving themselves even just a small chance of trying, and from keep trying different things in their life, because you are never done. As I say, you are always becoming. Life is never a one and done. You're always trying different things. You're always getting more tries in life. So why not use them? Why not take the most that we can of every opportunity, of every chance, of every failure and learning that we can? Even when failure, I know, doesn't feel good at the moment, how can we start looking at failure and saying, thank you, thank you, thank you for making me better, for teaching me something that I didn't know, for proving to myself that I'm being brave and courageous in my life, even when it's scary, even when I might not have the results I want yet. Thank you, failure, for proving that I can fall down and I can still get back up. And I'm okay. I will be okay no matter what. That's that kind of certainty, that kind of self-trust, that no matter what happens, no matter the failures that we have in life, no matter how many times we fall down, we still believe, we still trust that we will be okay. That kind of certainty is what really creates the confidence, the drive to continue going for things in our life, to create that passion and that ignition for life itself, to create that aliveness for life itself. To always say, oh, I'm going to try something new. I'm going to keep myself in the game. Even when you're 60, 70, 80, 90, to say, I can still improve my life. I can still create an impact around me. I can still enjoy my life. There is no a start moment for this program of becoming. It should not have a start moment. Don't quit early at life. Don't quit early at anything that you want to accomplish in your life or try or experience in your life. Don't quit because you're alive. Thank you for watching or listening to something that I know will improve your life. Thank you for wanting to create this aliveness, this passion, this interest, this confidence in yourself. I'm honored to have you here. If you want to keep connected, keep learning, keep improving your life and yourself, please subscribe in the button below so you don't miss any of the next videos. Bye-bye. Thank you.